Not for 1 second did I think it was Dane. Dropped him off that morning and never would have guessed that would be the end of our day. We will never be the same. And we don't have our son here. And that's all because of someone's choice. We were at the station for quite a while, and we had to wait because Dane was still at the daycare provider's home. They were doing a thorough investigation, which we thought was just routine, because I left with him that morning in his car seat to bring him, and here I was coming home without him. And I think the quietness and the emptiness, that's probably what we felt the most for months after that. You're used to joyful little life and smiles and giggles, and one wrong choice, one careless decision, you know, our life will forever be changed, and every day is a struggle, and we will never be the same, and we don't have our son here, and that's all because of someone's choice, and it was preventable.
In a typical year in Hennepin County, the medical examiner's office will investigate approximately 15 to 20 infant deaths that have occurred in an unsafe sleep environment. When we go back and investigate those deaths, on average, we will determine that about half of them are flat out due to an unsafe sleep environment. Either the child was in a crib that was improperly put together, in a crib that had way too much excess material in it, or even more commonly, the child was sleeping on an adult bed or a couch, perhaps by themselves, but most commonly with another much larger person. We did a 5-year study looking at all of our infant deaths in unsafe sleep environments. The lion's share of infants who die in an unsafe sleep environment die in an adult bed. Sometimes it's because the child is left sleeping alone and they end up accidentally suffocating on the pillows or blankets or even the occasional plastic bag that's on the bed. But even more commonly, the child dies as a result of the fact that there are one or more much larger individuals in the bed with them. Sometimes it's because the adult unintentionally rolls over on the child and asphyxiates them. Sometimes it's the child is rolled onto his or her stomach and the child then asphyxiates on the blankets and pillows in the environment. We even have many cases where the children are unintentionally knocked off the bed in the middle of the night and they end up getting pinned between the bed and the adjacent wall, or the end of the bed and the headboard, or the child ends up on the floor face down in a plastic bag or some other environment where they can't breathe anymore. So again, to summarize, adult beds are definitely the biggest culprit we see in unsafe sleep environments for infants.
To ensure the safest sleep environment for an infant, follow these 3 simple steps. First, the child should be placed in a government-approved crib. Second, they should be placed on their back. And third, they should be alone. There should be no pillows, no crib bumpers, no blankets, no toys, or any other items in the crib with the child.